This video is gonna offend a lot of people, and rightfully as it should. Rightfully as it should offend a lot of people. Now, the title of this video is probably something like you're only 30 or 60 or 90 days away from whatever, something like that. I'm making this video because there's a lot of you guys out here that claim you want to put in the work, claim you want to do all this other shit, but it's not happening. Like, these are the raw videos where I'm not holding back. Like, I'm actually genuinely like, I'm lit up. And I'm lit up because there's so many people who think they are that far away from living the life that they want. Now, I'm not talking about the riches and the Lambos and anything like that. I'm simply talking about the fulfillment that you get from living the life that you want. Now, I'm not saying you have to make $1 million every single day, because I obviously haven't done that. I'm not saying you have to make $5,000 every single day, because I'm not doing that very consistently, obviously. What I'm telling you is that there's a sense of fulfillment that you get when you reach a certain level of your life. Now, I'm not here to tell you that this is specifically about getting rich. This is specifically about anything with money. I'm simply talking about fulfillment. And you are so close to that thing. Now, I think a lot of the reasons why we are so scared of what we want to become is because we don't even try to put ourselves in the position to become that person. We don't try to take the necessary steps to get to the next level. So for me, to give you guys a really quick example, as far as business and entrepreneurship goes, it's scary to take the leap to start the first business, to start your first offer, to market your first campaign, to run your first ad. It's always going to suck. Like, that's just how it goes. But you build up experience and time over the accumulated hours of doing the thing. It's called repetition. Nobody gets good at it. And what you have to understand is that, like, a lot of you guys say that, like, I want to do this, 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 but like, you don't take the action to invest in yourself. Now, I'm not saying to invest in my program or anything, that's whatever, but you don't even take the necessary actions to invest in books. Or you do, but then the book sits on the bookshelf for 2 years. Or you do, but then the book sits on the bookshelf for 6 months. You talk about how you want to do these things, you want to upload on YouTube, but you upload a YouTube video, then you get discouraged because it gets 20 views. When I started doing this channel, I didn't want it to like go absolutely crazy from the beginning. I wanted to kind of build my brand, and now I'm trying to make more leverage content to accumulate more views. That's why I'm posting a few times a day. And we're still, like, obviously nowhere near like crazy, anything like that. But this channel goes to testament as, like, you are close to whatever you want. This channel has over 170 videos talking about monthly recurring revenue, client acquisition, monthly recurring revenue, create MRR, which is my website, createmrr.com, business, marketing, sales, entrepreneurship, everything like that, because I'm running my own business. My offer, for those of you guys that don't know, just to give you guys some background, my name is Patrick Thomason. I help agencies and B2B business owners go from churn and burn, which is $3,000 to $6,000 a month, to roughly $20,000 a month plus, using one recurring framework that I've installed into my business that has allowed me to make $2,000 very consistently, not every single day, but on a very consistent basis, because I track the right metrics and I know exactly what to look at as far as that goes. But that's kind of besides the point. What I'm telling you guys about right now is the fact that you are not that far from where you want to be. Like, if you start implementing the actions of what you can do every single day to get to the point where you want to be, you'll probably miss it by a long shot. But just the simple factor that you will have the experience built up and the self-discipline, and then also the self-image that you did do that thing for 30, 60, or 90 days, that will bring you so much confidence, but you're not willing to take the next step. Like, I think the reason why I'm like fired up right now is because a lot has been happening recently, and it's a lot of good, and it's a lot of decent things. But I have switched my self-image over time from constantly thinking that everything is so negative and being such a self-critic to trying to find the positives in everything. Because that's seriously, that's the key to a lot of stuff. If you can try to find one thing about the bad thing that is positive, you will always see the silver lining, the light in the tunnel. Now, obviously, this is like exclusatory if there's like an actual like abusive situation or like some of the shit really badly happened. I'm not talking about that. I'm simply talking about the fact that if you try to find the good in everything, that's what you'll find. If you try to find the bad in everything, you will always find that. Whatever you seek, you shall find. That's literally what I've been coming to the conclusion of. So whatever business, whatever like entrepreneurship mindset, whatever, it doesn't matter if it's fitness, spiritual, whatever's going on, like, I wish I told myself this 3 to 6 months ago, because there's so many of you guys, like I think yesterday in the DM, somebody asked me, said, Patrick, like how do you come up with ideations with YouTube videos? Like what do you do? What do you think of? What do you say? Like how do you script it? It's like, I don't script it. I think of what I wish I would have heard 3 to 6 months ago, and then I go off that. So in a way, I'm speaking to you, Patrick, like 6 months ago or 12 months ago, whatever it is. And I think the biggest reason why we're not taking those next steps to get to our future, because you're that close. Like you're not gonna be a millionaire in 90 days. Obviously, you're not gonna be a millionaire in 60 days, but you're going to make progress. And in fact, it's probably going to be negative progress, like negative feedback loop. But you're still going to make that progress. Whether you deem it as negative or positive, that's fine. But you're probably associating your progress with money, which is monetary. And so what happens is, like, if you start learning a skill after 60 or 90 days and you haven't made any money, you deem that as being extremely negative because you haven't made much money, which is the exact opposite way you should be looking at it. You should be looking at it from a skills and experience standpoint. The more you're in the game, the stronger you become, and the harder you will to be knocked off your throne. Sorry, these guys are yelling back over here. RTC guys. But for me, like createmrr.com, I want to be at the top of monthly recurring revenue. Like I obviously want my name to be like very much associated with MRR. And I know the guys at the top right now, Sam Ovens, School, MRR, monthly recurring revenue, low ticket communities. That's what's at the pivotal peak right now. But where I want to go is I want to take the website to the top. That's where I want to be with it. And so it's not going to happen in 60 days. It's not going to happen in 90 days. But it's going to happen over the course of doing the repetitions every single day. I post 2 YouTube videos every single day. I'm out here every single day. Like I'm doing this stuff every single day. And I don't care how many people are watching right now, because I know for a fact that it's about the brand, it's about the authority, and it's about showing up. And if you can build that disciplined habit of showing up every single day, no matter the circumstance, no matter what is happening, no matter what kind of excuses you have going on in your head, if you can just dismiss those, find time for the thing that you actually want to become, and actually elevate yourself to the point to where you can actually start making progress, it's where you'll get. Like you're just scared. Like that's simply it. You're scared because you don't see the progress. You're scared because you can't see the other side, and you're scared because you don't know if what you're doing is for absolutely nothing or not. And that's why you're holding back, because you can't see progressional rewards as you go. You can only see like incremental monetary gains, if possible. Like you can only maybe see you close a client every month or so if you're actually doing a good job at it. And so like the biggest thing with this is like, look, in order to actually start to take the trip of where you want to be, you just have to start. Like you just have to start. That's as simple as it gets. Like you cannot overcomplicate it. That's exactly where you want to be. And the only possible solution for you to actually start working towards that thing in 60, 90 days, whatever it is, you have to just start doing it. Like just take the necessary actions to begin to get to that area. So like a lot of you guys are like, yeah, like which business model or which whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's right for you. You have to read, you have to get educated, and you have to test. And preferably, don't overanalyze yourself with reading. Like, don't get me wrong, I love reading. I read over like 60 books in a year. Like, I love that stuff. But don't get overanalyzed in like the crap shit of things, you know? Like, don't get overanalyzed in this and this and this and this. You just start taking action, because your path, your sort of way and route of doing things will become very apparent as you go. You won't know it from day one. Like, I still don't know mine. And I'm in like, I don't know, day 600 or some shit like that. I don't know. And so like it now becomes a factor of, are you willing to show up every single day? And if not, then you're just proving to yourself that this path is not meant for you. Are you willing to do the necessary actions every single day to get you to the next level? And if you're not, you're just proving yourself that you're not supposed to be here. If 60 or 90 days is gonna crack you, you're not meant for it. Anything, this goes for anything. Lifestyle, fitness, business, entrepreneurship. If 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 days cracks you, you're not meant for it. That's simply how it goes. Because how can you not show yourself, or how can you prove to yourself that this path, quote unquote, is meant for you? The guy's passing. I'm spitting, bro. How can you prove to yourself this path is so, like, quote unquote, meant for you when you can't consistently show up every single day? You can't even prove to yourself that you want it this badly or are disciplined enough to actually show up. And it starts off like doing the things like going to the gym. Very simply, this is very basic advice, but you're missing the fundamentals. You're missing the fundamentals. And this is why everything is so confusing. This is why everything was so confusing for me, because I simply missed the fundamentals. And that's why a part of the reason why I read, it wasn't so much to consume more and more and more knowledge, but it was to simply keep up the repetitive habit of reading 50, 60 pages every single day. That's the reason why I kept on doing it. I would get up before school, I would read. I worked at Barnes & Noble, for those of you guys that know. Like, all this stuff, you're so close from not necessarily your dream life or your dream outcome. That's a lot closer than you think as well, but you're so much closer to actually getting more clarity. And clarity is what guides you even closer to your purpose, because you're more clear on what you want. You're more clear on the desired outcome. You're more clear on the vehicle to get there as well. And so you just need more clarity, and you get clarity by doing the thing and then going through a negative feedback loop of, oh, this doesn't work, it points you over here. Okay, cool, that didn't work. Negative feedback loop, that points you right over here. Okay, this didn't work either. Well, it points you over here. And as you do that, it sharpens the edge. It sharpens the sort of arrow of where you're going, and it makes things a lot more clearer. I got nothing else to say. Like, that's it. Show up daily with the thing that you want to do. You just do it. Like, there's nothing else that has to be said about it. And if you change your self-image into being the person that you actually want to become before you are that person, you start viewing yourself as the person who does the thing, it'll become much easier and you will be at your desired state a lot quicker. So for me, one of my goals, like $2,000 every single day, non-negotiable. The business just generates that. Like, I put the money into ads, and I know for a fact that, you know, I'm gonna set a meeting or two a day, and then we're gonna close. I'll have setters or closers in. Or my setter will set a meeting and then I'll have closers by that time. So it's like a closer just closes a meeting every single day. Like $2,000 is non-negotiable every single day, months on end, every single day. Like, and so it's like, well, how do I get there? Well, you just start doing the shit, testing the different ad creatives, testing landing pages. Right now, my landing page is at a 16%. So 16% landing pages if you go down below. Opt-in rate, book and call rate. What's your book and call rate? Okay, cool. Fix that next. Okay, cool. So now your opt-in rate's fixed. Now your booking call rate is very high, which is really good. Okay, now let's increase your show-up rate. Your show-up rate was 10%, now it's 80%. That's great. Okay, cool. Now let's increase your close rate. And so you go down the list of actual steps and things that you have to do to get to the next level. Then it becomes abundantly clear that your mission is undeniably going to be successful. And that's where I'm going to leave it off. For those of you guys that are confused or want to learn more about this, about what I do, about how I scale agencies and B2B businesses, go check out all my other YouTube videos. I'm gonna leave it off right there. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hope this video helped, and I'll catch you on the next one.